What's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering how to unlock the new Scythe melee weapon from Cold War for those of you that are free to play in Warzone. Now, I wanted to get this video out earlier, however, there was no feasible mode in the game at the time in order for me to dive into it and actually be able to try to unlock it, so I had to wait for one of those to actually return. You guys can expect me to cover some tips and tricks in today's video to make this a bit easier, and we'll even go over the challenge, you know exactly what to do to unlock it. But before we dive into it, if you guys do enjoy this content anytime or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Let's go ahead and throw a goal of 50 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so we don't miss you in future videos. Alright, in order to unlock it, of course, you're going to need to know what that challenge is. So you go to where you edit your loadout, make sure you do not have overkill on, go to your secondary weapon, go to the melee category, scroll down to the Scythe. Your challenge should be read as follows. Using a melee weapon, get 2 kills while Ninja or Dead Silence is active in 15 different matches. Now, obviously, we do not have Ninja available to us in Warzone, but we are lucky enough to still have Dead Silence, which allows us to be able to complete this. And that means that you will actually have to have it activated. It will have to still be ongoing when you get the elimination in order for it to actually count towards your progress. Now, when it comes to game modes, you guys are more than welcome to dive into any limited time mode that could be available, whether it's a Caldera Clash or something else that you may prefer. However, I'm going to recommend something a little bit more consistent, and that's going to be Plunder. Plunder is also easier for the simple fact that it appeals to a wider variety of skill levels, because the matches last from 10 to 20 minutes and sometimes even longer, giving you an extended amount of time to obviously get that progress you need towards your challenge. Now, when it comes to flying into the Caldera map, thanks to the Season 4 update, I highly recommend that you guys land at the Storage Town area. This is easily going to be the most populated place. People come here to level up weapons, unlock their weapons, or even know that it's the most populated place on the map, so they land here to rack up kills. The good thing about this challenge is you're already partially set up for success due to the requirement of having to run Dead Silence. This obviously gives you silent footsteps, allowing you to sneak up on opponents without them being able to hear you, or having really any idea of where your location is, making it substantially easier to actually get those melee eliminations, because you're going to have to hit people multiple times, and if they have any idea that you're coming, they're going to be prepared, probably pre-aiming you, and if they get bullets off before you're even able to hit the person once, they're likely going to eliminate you each and every time. Now, the trick here is that the Dead Silence is not unlimited, which means you're going to have to build up your meter in order to actually activate it, and once activated, you're going to obviously want to make sure that you're in a place to actually get the melee elimination so that it doesn't go to waste. Because once you obviously get eliminated, if you didn't get that elimination, you're going to have to rebuild that meter, which obviously takes time in order to actually activate it again and go for another opportunity. You can obviously get eliminations, which can help build the meter faster, so you don't actually have to run around meleeing the entire match. You can actually use a weapon, build the meter up. Once you're in a confident position, you can activate your Dead Silence and then go for that elimination, obviously getting the progress towards your challenge, and you're not just running around meleeing the entire match. Other ways you can get Dead Silence is eliminating an opponent and hoping that they drop one, and obviously looting around throughout the chests or crates and obviously picking one up through one of those. The real idea here is you're going to want to put yourself in a position to get as many Dead Silence activations as possible, but also choose those situations wisely, because you're going to want to get an elimination each and every time that you pull that, just depending on how many times you're able to actually get that bar filled or how many times you're able to activate it successfully and get your elimination. Now, a strategy I did test in order to make sure it worked is you can actually down a player and then run up to them, pop the Dead Silence, and then melee them with the melee weapon, and it will actually still count towards the progress. The problem here is if you manage to down the person, you pop the Dead Silence, and then they eliminate themselves, you won't actually get that to count towards your progress, which is actually an issue, and you will have wasted the Dead Silence. So it's not really a first go-to option to actually down the player first and then pop the Dead Silence and then melee them. However, it is still an option if you're struggling to actually get your melee eliminations, and obviously sometimes that can be quite frustrating. As always, an extended option as well is at the beginning of the match, you already have your meter filled, you can go to the end of the flight path, follow the AFK players, hopefully there's a player or two there, and you might be able to actually pop your Dead Silence, get 2 easy melee eliminations, or at least 1, have some progress towards your challenge, and then obviously go back to the populated area of the map to finish the rest of the match. I do want to mention you can obviously get more than 1 elimination in the same Dead Silence cycle, however it is quite difficult, but maybe you'll get lucky enough to be able to eliminate 2 people back to back before your Dead Silence expires, and you won't even have any issues getting the progress at all. One last thing I want to cover before we wrap things up here is whether or not you can leave the challenge once you've gotten the progress. Now, once you've gotten confident, you've gotten the 2 eliminations that you need with Dead Silence activated, you'll go to where you edit your loadout in-game, go to the melee weapons under secondary, obviously, scroll down to the Scythe. If it looks like the progress is tracked properly, you can then leave the match, jumping into your next one, overall decreasing the amount of time it should take you. However, if you're noticing that it hasn't tracked properly, I definitely recommend staying through to the end of the match in order to increase your odds of it obviously counting. That way you won't have to play more matches than it's being asked. I know for me personally, I was able to leave the matches, so you guys shouldn't have too many issues there. Now, we've covered some tips and tricks to make it a bit easier. We've gone over the challenge, so you know exactly what to do to unlock it. That's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support in the channel. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.